I think it's the buzz that because of its alpha testing, people can actually try it. But not just that, the Sandbox is giving rewards to people who will be doing the alpha test as well, and that's why it's creating a large frenzy for a lot of people, and it's placing also a larger preference on land inside Sandbox, primarily because you get an extra raffle ticket if you own land inside Sandbox as well. Hey guys, so by the time I'm making this video, we have seen massive move-ups in Sandbox, Gala Games, Illuvium, Decentraland, Mbox, TLM, Alice, and a lot of blockchain-related games and a lot of metaverse-related tokens and coins as well. Allow me to be the boring person also in the room that in spite of it having a large run-up, in spite of it having a large move up, please also do exercise caution, especially if you're hearing this for the first time, and I know that there's a lot of excitement in all of this. Please don't ape in just because everyone is doing this. At the end of the day, investing is all about risk and reward. At the end of the day, investing is all about looking at how much risk are you willing to take vis-a-vis the reward that you could actually get from it as well. It's not right just to look at the upside, but in the same way disregarding the possible downside that's there. That even from a technical analysis point of view, as you all know, when stocks or cryptocurrencies move up, break out, go parabolic, the fact that it's moving up when there are corrections also, the movement down is something that's very, very strong. It's something also that because of the absence of a particular support, because of an absence of a consolidatory phase, that there could be large swings down. And I just want to say that as a word of caution also for everyone, that it's so nice, it's so fruity, it's so easy to see things when it's going up. You also must factor in considerations that no matter how bullish we are in this, there will be points in time that those who entered early will also take profits in their positions, and as they take profits in their positions, there will be some dips, there will be some corrections, and those are things that you must be willing to answer right here, right now, before you enter a position. And this may be boring for a lot of people, but you must remember that reward is always a function of risk, and what you earn is always a function of how you manage the risk that you're willing to actually take. And I just want to say that because I know that there will be a lot of excitement in this space over the next few weeks, over the next few months, over the next few years, but always look at it from a perspective that you're an investor, and being an investor in this is you must know when to come in. You must know also when trade and investment is not also working on your behalf as well. I think all of this started and got springboarded. We all saw Axie Infinity massively push up from mid this year to where it is right now. But this sudden surge in gaming and metaverse related tokens and coins is pretty much predicated on Facebook's announcement of them deploying a lot of time, attention, resources, and money into the metaverse. And that being said, that's when we saw Decentraland/Mana tokens start to push up. That's when we saw Sandbox tokens start to push up as well. And that's when we also saw land inside the Sandbox and Decentraland also go up as well. Because there's one thing that Facebook did. It didn't just announce to the whole world that the metaverse is the future and that's why they're devoting a large amount of their resources into it. It somehow validated all of these projects that are highly connected to the metaverse and decentralization and gaming as well, and that's why we're seeing it start to push up. And if you look at it also prior to the announcement, Sand was below 1. To see it by the time of this recording, it has moved from 5, 6, 7, and even 8 as well. We've also seen Gala Games push massively up. We've seen Decentraland all push massively up in anticipation to that. And I think one of the biggest pushes also for Sand is the announcement that they're gonna have alpha testing, and it actually means that we can now actually try it and actually see it. And by what I've seen, it's so amazing, and I'm excited to actually get to be part of it and actually try it as well. I think it's the buzz that because of its alpha testing, people can actually try it. But not just that, the Sandbox is giving rewards to people who will be doing the alpha test as well, and that's why it's creating a large frenzy for a lot of people, and it's placing also a larger preference on land inside Sandbox, primarily because you get an extra raffle ticket if you own land inside Sandbox as well. I'll say this, what makes this interesting, especially if you want to build in this space, it's a very wide open space still, where you get to build inside the metaverse. And I think it's so early because there will be still a lot of games that are being built. You saw me the past few days interviewed the co-founder of Genopets, a game that's being built on the Solana blockchain, and there will be a lot more games that will be built in different ecosystems, and it won't just be purely on Ethereum or BSC. There will be more even in Avalanche as well, and we have seen Avalanche as a crypto start to move up in a very massive way. And I've been saying this over and over that imagine how big this will be when you see the companies and the brands with large IP, intellectual property, start to build games on top of this, that when you see Disney double down, when you see the games of Ubisoft come out in this that are either play to earn or blockchain related, and it becomes very interesting. And I think that's where all of this excitement is coming from, because at the middle of the year it was all about play to earn. It was all about playing a game and earning on top of it, which has become a livelihood also for a lot of Filipinos here. We've seen a lot of Axie scholars, but what makes this so interesting is that in the Sandbox, in Decentraland, it's not just anymore people from developing countries participating in this, seeing a very large set of adoption. And what's so interesting about the metaverse is it won't just be limited to games. It's an entire ecosystem where we get to experience business meetings. I really believe this, and I'll say this November 2021. I believe that at some point in the future, a lot of business meetings, a lot of wheeling and dealing will be done in the metaverse. I really believe that there will be people who will be attending schools in the metaverse, that they won't be judged by their race, their creed, their social status, but they will be in their avatar. You could be someone from a developing market in Southeast Asia or Africa and go head to head with anyone from Europe or North America, and you won't be judged from where you came from. And that's what I think the metaverse will actually do. It will span not just gaming, it will span education, it will span business meetings. A lot of people will be able to develop relationships from the metaverse as well. A lot of people will be able to attend concerts, and which even in Decentraland right now, November 2021, concerts are being done already. And I got an Oculus. I'm excited to actually try it as well. As you all know, Oculus is highly connected to Facebook. It's centralized in its manner, but I was able to try it, and it's amazing. The feeling to be inside a 3D simulated environment, it felt so high-tech and that's for a centralized platform, and that's something that has been developed already way before. But imagine owning NFTs in a decentralized platform that's metaverse related, that you get to be in it, inside it. Whatever item that you have in there, since it's an NFT, it has a proof of ownership. It actually means that you are entitled to the rights and ownerships of it, and then you can move it from one place also to another, and then you can actually sell it as well. But I'll also say this, that I started it in a very sobering tone, that you have to be very careful when you start. Then I went into the middle talking about how exciting it actually is in the macro. Please do remember this, the macro is so fascinating. This is where the direction of everything is headed in the decades to come. But in between, there will be volatility. In between, there will be fun. In between, there will be a lot of hurdles, a lot of regulations also that will be developed. There will be some downward moves also in the market. That's why if you are a long-term investor, you are a hodler, it's all about not looking at the minute movements, but looking at how big the space will actually be, and being positioned into projects that you believe in, being positioned in projects that you actually like, being positioned in projects that you know will play a very big part on where we will be in the future. And I hope that this was something that was insightful for all of you. I hope that this is something that give you enough insight, no, that okay, whatever movement that we are seeing right now is pretty much based on people banking on the future of gaming, blockchain, and the metaverse. That I'll say this over and over, that the e-games, esports industry right now is already bigger than a lot of traditional sports. You put blockchain, you put NFTs, you put crypto, you put the metaverse, and put them all together. How big could that possibly be? That when you are in the cross section of all of these things, that's where it becomes interesting, that's where it becomes amazing, and that's where ordinary people like us get to be part of it as well. That's it for now. Comment below what's your favorite gaming crypto slash metaverse project. Is it Sand? Is it Mana? Is it still Axie Infinity? Is it Gala Games? Is it Illuvium? Put it in the comment section below. I want to hear your thoughts. And if there might be something that I missed out or I didn't have the time to actually analyze it, please do let me know. And I guess that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.